Hi guys! In this class we will see the verb querer. We will learn how to conjugate this modal verb. Okay? So our title today is Conjugación del verbo modal querer. Conjugación del verbo modal querer, or conjugation of the modal verb querer. That means to want. Okay? So this is one of the four modal verbs that we learned, that we've seen in our class about modal verbs, okay? Spanish modal verbs. The modal verbs, we said, are those verbs that we use together with another verb, right? So to use a modal verb, we need another verb afterwards. For example, the modal verb to want. Yeah, the same one here, okay? I want to go. I want to eat, okay? So we use the verb to want together with another verb, okay? That is a modal verb. Or also the verb to must. I must stay. I must go, okay? We use the modal verb and another verb accompanying it, okay? So those are the modal verbs. Querer is a very important verb in Spanish, as it is in English with to want. So we will learn here the conjugation, okay? It is an irregular verb, so that's why we are dedicating one class for this verb, okay? We will learn the present tense or simple present, simple past, the present continuous, the future, and the imperative, okay? In Spanish we have different conjugation for the imperative in the affirmative and for the imperative in the negative, so we will see that. Before we begin, I want you to see the root of the verb querer is quer, okay? Quer. Always the last two letters of the verb is what we call the ending of the verb. This is what determines what group the verb belongs to. This verb actually belongs to the second group of verbs, the verbs that end with er, okay? So, regular verbs, when we conjugate them, the root remains unchanged, right, or untouched. This is an irregular verb, so we will see how the root changes in several situations, okay? That is what determines that the verb is irregular. So let's begin with the present tense. Yo quiero, I want. Tú quieres, you want. Él or ella quiere, he or she wants. Nosotros queremos, we want. Vosotros queréis, you plural want. Ustedes quieren, you plural want. And ellos quieren, they want, okay? So here we can see how the verb is irregular also in the present tense conjugation. Look at this here, okay? You can see that the root of the verb has changed. We have added a letter I here, okay? That does not appear in the root of the verb in infinitive. So this is an irregularity. Also here we can see it, here as well. Here, for we or nosotros, it is regular. Here, for vosotros, it's also regular. Here it becomes irregular again. And here as well. We can see how the root of the verb has been modified. Okay? Now let's jump into the simple past, or pasado simple, or as it is also called in Spanish, pretérito indefinido. Okay? Yo quise. Tú quisiste. Él or ella quiso. Nosotros quisimos. Vosotros quisisteis. Ustedes quisieron. And ellos quisieron. Remember, vosotros and ustedes mean the same thing, but they conjugate differently. Vosotros is the you plural used in Spain. Ustedes is the you plural used in Latin America, okay? So here we can see more irregularities in the simple past tense, okay? Okay, you can see that for all the persons, for all the subject pronouns, the root of the verb has been modified. Okay, we can see this letter I appearing here that is not in the root of the verb in infinitive. Okay, so irregular verb. Okay, let's see the present continuous, or in Spanish we call it gerundio or participio presente, right? Yo estoy queriendo. Yo estoy queriendo means I am wanting. Tú estás queriendo. Tú estás queriendo, or you are wanting. Él or ella está queriendo. He or she is wanting. Nosotros estamos queriendo. We are wanting. Vosotros estáis queriendo. You are wanting. Ustedes están queriendo. You are wanting. And ellos están queriendo. They are wanting. Okay? So here, as usual with the present continuous, there is no sign of irregularity, okay? And now we will see future number 1. Okay, this is a typical future tense in Spanish, right? And you will find this conjugation just called future, that's all, right? Yo querré. Tú querrás. Él or ella querrá. Nosotros querremos. Vosotros querréis. Ustedes querrán. And ellos querrán. Right? You can see that here the root of the verb is unchanged. So this future tense is regular. There is no irregularity here. And so this is the root of the verb quer, and this is the typical ending for the future, okay? So that means that to one R we add another R, second R. So we have this double R, right? Okay. So here we can see that this double R is pronounced R. Okay, it is the rough sound of the R. It's not the soft, the smooth sound R, like hablaré, right? Comeré. It is querré. R. Okay, so you have to try to pronounce that with it's a more dental R sound. Okay. So I know for English speakers it's a bit more difficult. It's R, okay, it's quite Latin sound of R, okay? Querré, querrás, querrá. I'm exaggerating it a bit, okay? Querremos, querréis, querrán, and querrán. And later it comes a bit more natural. Querré, querrá, querremos, okay? So, future number 2. Okay, this is a future that is more similar to the English future tense. I will go, or I will want, or I am going to want. Okay, we have an auxiliary verb that is the one that changes, and the verb we are conjugating remains in infinitive. Okay, like in English, I will want, I will eat, right? So, yo voy a comer. Sorry. Yo voy a querer, I will want, or I am